Hi, welcome. I'm Mary and I hook books. I crochet things inspired by books. And this is Munster. And that is Fry. And I just got off work. I am off for the next 2 days. So I am going to do kind of like a 48-hour reading vlog and crochet marathon. So I'm going to listen to a bunch of shorter, kind of like novella type things while I crochet as many amigurumi little thingies as I can, because the next bingo, pathology bingo class is coming up. So I need to make as many little things for prizes as I can. So let's go. To a Crash Landing is a sci-fi novella. Our main character, Ada, is floating in space, almost out of oxygen. She finally gets rescued. The spaceship that rescued her is also there for salvage, so they make her not an official part of the crew, but they let her help out because she does have valuable skills and equipment to help them get what they need from this planet and this crashed ship. And normally my mantra is I could have done without the romance, but this was a cute romance. I really liked the attitude of the main character. She was just very, I don't want to say spicy because that has a weird context on BookTube and Book Talk now, but she's spunky. I don't know if that's any better. And just fun and flirty and tough and independent. And she meets Ryan, who's a crew member on this ship, and he's the strong, silent type with gorgeous eyes. And I thought it was actually kind of cute. It was actually one of the nicer parts of the book. But the end, I don't necessarily like the way it ended. It's a novella. I can't really tell you too much. It goes into one of the tropes that I'm not the biggest fan of. So I thought it was fun by itself. It wasn't anything amazing, but where the second book seems like it's going is not really up my alley, so I probably won't continue. Overall, like a 3.5. Guide to Dinosaurs is an Audible original that I've had forever in my queue, and I mean, there was some really new fun information. Some of it was kind of same old, but overall it was really fun. And I now think the femur is indeed my favorite bone, because it's really interesting in humans, but it can also tell us so much stuff about other animals, and specifically dinosaurs, and what makes a dinosaur and what does not make a dinosaur. So overall, lighthearted, fun, and off my TBR. Before Us by LaRocca. What did I just read? This came with a warning at the beginning from the author, which it should have, because that was a lot. I think I DNF'd with the Darkness Eats, I think, because it was too visceral for me. I was not in a place where I could handle that. And his visceral writing style that's just immersive and genuine is amazing and horrifying. They were here before us, mostly, animals and monsters, but several short stories. It's called a novella in pieces, and they're all from different perspectives that are interesting, to say the least. Especially like the first story, I was like, oh, that's what that warning meant. Oh, so very body horror for sure. Kind of thought-provoking, gory, and I mean the last story kind of had a little bit of heart to it. So a very good but weird horror collection. Between the Stars is a short story by John Scalzi. I love a story from the perspective of a non-human, especially when it's actually not human, not just, a human with something on their forehead. Love you, Star Trek. But so we're following this space probe thing for literally millions of years in a 54-minute audiobook, and its perspective on things, which was really interesting, kind of a cool thought experiment. It didn't have the humor that I'm used to from John Scalzi, so that was different, but it was very interesting and thought-provoking. Trip feels a little like bait and switchy. I thought I was going to get into an isolated closed circle mystery. They're on their baby moon and everything's fine until the guests show up. That's what the cover says. But it turned into more of just a typical domestic thriller, and it was kind of predictable until this one twist that I was like, are we really still doing that? So not my favorite trope. So Overall, this one was very disappointing. I'm not even going to tell you what it's about. It was just a big disappointment. United States of True Crime is a really cool concept. They go through all 50 states and have these little blurbs about the most interesting true crimes that have happened in those states. So I just finished Alabama. They are, I think, releasing them in alphabetical order. My library has Alabama, Alaska, and Arkansas, I think, at this point. So, little true crime junkie. None of these were super detailed, but like some of them were really interesting. And it's not just serial killers. There's other court cases and stuff that are really interesting too. So, quick little nifty true crime book. How to Examine a Wolverine is the second book by this sweet veterinarian in Canada. I don't know if I've read The Accidental Veterinarian, but I think I have. It's not quite along the lines of the James Herriot books that were so big and turned into that BBC series that was just sweet and wholesome. But I do like the behind the scenes, these cute little stories. Who doesn't like animal stories? And his interesting veers in his career. He ends up becoming an expert in sonography, and so that leads his career in an interesting path, and he gets to examine weird animals like wolverines. So this is a sweet nonfiction. It's not really tugging on all my heartstrings, but it was a lot of just fun, cute stories, and I enjoyed it. So that was my incredibly productive weekend. I finished, I think, 7 books. To be fair, I had started How to Examine a Wolverine previously, but I did finish it this weekend. And I made so many adorable little things. I hope my students, well, it's not even my students I'm making them for, it's my friend colleagues' students I'm making them for, but I hope that they really love them. It is a really great way to keep them engaged when there's fun little prizes, and they're not going to get these literally anywhere else, so it makes it more unique and special, I think. So, are you going to read any of these things? Do you have any suggestions for super cute, very quick little prizes that I could keep making for my classes? And as always, Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff. If you want to support us financially, because yarn is getting expensive, you can go to the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description below. And as always, please take care of yourself, especially coming 4th of July weekend. Please come back with all of your fingers. And remember, shoulders back, heads up, and breathe.